Hello, hello, and welcome to the Mindset with Mary podcast. If you're ready to manifest a life full of abundance, wealth, and happiness, you're in the right place. I'm your host, Mary Jo Rember, your go-to mindset mentor, here to help you thrive and reach your goals without sacrificing all of the things you love. My mission is to show you that you already have every single thing it takes to manifest a life you truly desire. And all you need to do is pull back the layers that have been holding you back. And each week I'll be dropping in practical mindset tips, manifestation strategies, and of course, a whole lot of magic to help you create massive transformation. So go grab your favorite drink, get cozy, and let's dive in. Hello, hello, beautiful. Welcome to another episode of Mindset with Mary. Things are shifting in my world. If you have not been following me on Instagram or you're new here, which by the way, if you're new here, hi, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. In my world right now, I am going through such a huge paradigm shift. Things are changing. I have been feeling this pull for so long that there was a pivot coming, but I didn't know what it was, and I kind of kept following the shoulds of all the things I should do. And what that led me to was this place of frustration, creating from frustration. And truly like coming to a space of where I didn't know that I loved what I was creating. And I started to ask myself, why? And there was this thought in my head that was like, it has to be hard or it won't be good enough. And that's when I was like, whoa, there's some deeper inner work here that we need to do, because if I'm following the shoulds because I think it has to be hard, if this business has to be hard. And when I say hard, I mean hard in terms of not just like challenging, hard in terms of what we think and a perception of what hard means, like a struggle, a battle, trudging through the mud, that kind of feeling. And I recognized this is not what I got into this business for. And this is not what I teach my clients. There is no way in my practice at all would I tell a client that this is what it should look like. No, never. I am never going to be the coach that tells you that this is how it has to be. And if it's hard, then you've got to work through it. You've got to press through it. This work that we do in this space, whatever it is you're manifesting, yeah, it might feel hard here and there. It might be challenging. It might be really, really uncomfortable, but never, ever should it feel out of alignment. And there's a huge difference between feeling aligned and uncomfortable because you are stepping into the next level, or feeling uncomfortable and frustrated because it is not what you want to do and your soul is like crumbling around you. And so today's episode, I really was going to talk about, the 5 energies to manifest your goals so much quicker, which don't worry, I'll come back to that in a different episode. But this episode, I really want to focus on the difference and how you're going to feel in your body when you are out of alignment with what you're creating. And this is important in the manifestation process because when it comes to manifestation, you need to be taking aligned action. You can't reach your goals if you're not taking aligned, intuitive action. And where so many people, and even myself for a minute, go wrong in the process is that we follow the shoulds, we follow the must-dos, we follow the hustle and the grind versus letting the universe know, hey, I want something different. This is what I want. Opening your mind up to that, believing something different, and then listening for the nudges that the universe sends to us, and then taking action from there. And the way this feels in my body, and it's going to look different for everybody, especially depending on your, if you're familiar with human design, you're going to feel this different in your body. But I'm just going to give you a general overview of what it felt like for me. And I think this is going to kind of align with all of the different human design. And if you're not familiar with human design, I 100% recommend going and looking into it. This is something that I've kind of been resisting for a long time, because one of the things that has led me away from like astrology and human design in the mindset world is that I just don't want one thing to become a crutch. And when I know I'm all over the place here, but trust me, like we're going to get to where we need to go. I never wanted any of these things to be a crutch for me, but I started to remember as I was feeling this frustration in my business and this not so excited for my business anymore, I started to remember my human design and how my not self theme was frustration. And I kept feeling frustrated and I kept feeling frustrated and I kept feeling frustrated. And I remembered my human design, and mine is a manifesting generator. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel frustrated. There's something off. There's something out of alignment. That is my key, and this frustration is there for a reason. And so when I finally tuned into it, it was like, you're not, like, this is not what you want to do. They're like, the coach you're working with, the path you're following, the strategies you're starting to use, this isn't you. And you need to come back to you and who you are. And that was really hard because I loved my coach. I mean, she is a fantastic, amazing, wonderful human being. Currently I'm going through a transition of coaches, and not because no one's like bad or anything like that. It's just because it was then out of alignment with me. And I had recently gone through a program where I became certified as a somatic healing practitioner, as well as was going through a program with another coach that I've recently been working with in really teaching me how to tune in and listen to my body. And so it started to remind me of this human design, and recognizing that my theme was out of, or that that I felt out of alignment, and that human design of frustration was a reminder that I was out of alignment. And so I was like resisting the human design thing, because I'm like, well, I don't want this to be my crutch, or to think that I have to be this certain way or do things this certain way to get results. So I kept resisting it, because I was like, no, because I just want to go, and I want to go, and I don't want to think that, I don't want to be held back by that. Well, and it's funny because then I started like looking into it again, and as I started reading, I'm like, I am holding myself back by resisting it. And so I opened my mind up to it again. Plus, if you guys remember my friend Ashley Lund, she's coached with me. I've coached with her. I'm actually coaching with her again right now. And oh my God, she's so amazing, by the way. She came onto the podcast a while back, talked about breath work, and she brought up human design. And that was like a signal to me and a reminder to me at that point, like something's weird and out of alignment. And so I started looking up human design from there, and that's kind of what led here. So the last few episodes, like I felt like I was just trying to force something. Now, don't get me wrong, like the strategies and things that I was working on and improving my podcast, it has 100% helped. And I'm so grateful for those steps and the things along the way. However, this theme of frustration, when I tuned into it, was like, baby girl, come back to home. Come back to who you are. You are a manifesting generator. You don't follow rules. You create your own. You are a rebel. Come back to you. And so I tuned into that, and I listened, and I recognized in my coaching practice my clients were all working on money. They were either getting to this space of starting to work on money, or they were already had been working on money. And a lot of them are just so freaking amazing. And they're so authentic. And of course, like there's this piece of prioritizing themselves when it comes to like, so I talked a lot about the busy to badass, right? Like, of course they're busy, but I don't want to speak to the busy part of them anymore. And I don't want to speak to the busy part of you anymore. I want to speak to the empowered part of her and you. I want to speak to the part of you who is like, I am ready for more and I am open to receive. Because the busy part of you, the one that thinks there's not enough time to create your goals and dreams, that part of you is just scared and it needs to be empowered. And that empowered part of you can show her that you are capable, that you can literally collapse time and make things happen. And so with this whole rant and rave of this episode, which is going to lead me into how it feels in your body, I just want you to know that you are capable. And I really, truly hope that you stop tuning out that empowered part of you. And I'm so sorry that I was speaking to the busy part of you. She's still worthy. She's still deserving, but she's also confused. And I want to speak to the empowered part now because she gets to show the busy one, the busy part of you, that you're capable. That you can stop obsessing over cleaning your house, that you can instead sit down and meditate, that you can instead create so much more with less, that you don't need a script to create a podcast, that you don't need a strategy built by somebody else that is not designed to work with who you are and who you came here to be. You don't need that anymore. Everything you need is within you. And that's not to say that you can't add strategy later. All I'm saying is if you want to grow and massively change your life and truly start magnetizing in abundance, it starts within you and seeing how you are truly worthy and capable just because of who you are. So how do you know the difference between being in alignment and feeling discomfort and being out of alignment and feeling discomfort? Well, for me, that felt like frustration, but how I felt it in my body was my jaw started to clench up over the last few months. It was like my soul wasn't speaking freely. The words and wisdom of the universe were stuck. If you guys are like really into your chakras, like when my throat chakra is closed off, I can feel it in my jaw. It's like I'm blocking myself subconsciously from speaking my truth. And so my jaw started to get tight. I kept going, well, I want to create a membership, but everyone has always told me you can't create a membership until you've had about this many clients and you've started making about this much money. And I kept following that and I could feel it in my body and how I didn't want to coach one-on-one anymore. And it's not that I don't want to coach one-on-one. I truly do. But I want a balance of one-on-one and a membership. I have wanted to create a membership since so long ago, but I kept putting it off because everyone kept telling me, you gotta wait, you gotta wait, you gotta wait. And so I literally was following different pathways. And it was like I was like somebody was holding on to me and pulling me back and saying, quit going down this pathway, quit going down this pathway, quit going down this pathway. And it felt like I was trudging uphill through mud. Like trying to get myself to feel more motivated to do the things that I wanted to do, to create the energy for it. It was out of alignment and it was uncomfortable because it wasn't me. Then there's a difference from that and feeling discomfort and being in alignment. Me showing up on social media and Instagram, sharing that I was going to start talking about money mindset, money energetics, money manifestation. Oh, my whole body felt nervous. And at the same time, there was like this tingly, cold chill feeling throughout my body that was like, it was almost as if there was somebody saying, "This is it. This is it, Mary." And I felt nervous and scared, but I felt so expansive. And all of a sudden, I could feel my shoulders opening up. And I started to get this pain in the back of my neck because all of a sudden I was holding my shoulders up tighter or up straighter. And it felt like I was actually talking to a client who had recognized this recently, where she started like working on her posture. And you know, when you start working on your posture, it actually like kind of pulls on muscles that you haven't used for a while. So it was like all of a sudden I felt so expansive that like I couldn't help but like sit up straight, feel that confidence in who I was and all of the things. And all of a sudden I have this pain in my shoulder because my muscles aren't used to it. It's like when you first start. And then I was like, oh yeah, I've got to slow down a little bit because I'm trying to like rush into it and like just get going on it. And it's kind of like when you start doing a workout and you go heavy at first and you forget to stretch a few times and then you can't work out for a long time. And I'm like, I've got to slow down just a bit and listen to my soul and listen to what's coming up before I keep going. But anyway, so the difference really and truly how it felt in my body is I like this not wanting to do it, not because I not wanting to do it because I just really truly didn't want to do it. Like it wasn't me, right? There's a difference between that and not wanting to do it because you feel scared in your body. And some of the things I'm going to start talking about is how to see your emotions so that you don't get stuck. So often we get scared of these big things that we want to do, and we might have a belief that's holding us back. And even if we're working on a new belief, the old one is still there and it's triggering a chemical response that moves through your body and literally holds your body back from taking action on the things that you want to do. And I can feel that difference from like, okay, yeah, like I am just scared to take action. I don't know what to talk about because I'm scared that people are going to think I'm crazy or whatever it may be. Having this sensation in your body that you feel that's like, I just don't give a budge. And you feel that almost in my body. It felt like I was holding a rock while trying to reach my goals, going backwards, going the opposite direction. It was like I was going a different direction, and the clarity and the confusion and the like and this is one of the things that's gonna like really hold you back from reaching your goals quicker, is if you don't tune into this. If you find yourself continuing to do the same thing over and over and over and over again because you should do it right? Like I'm going to school because my parents told me I should go to school. I should get my degree. I should get a job that has benefits and all of these things. But I really hate this job with a burning passion, and I come here every day and I dread it, and I try to pretend and like it, and I try to find things that I like, but literally can't. Versus I'm about to go ask for a raise at this job that I like because I deserve this new, because I've been, doing extra things at this job, or I've been doing it really well and I'm about to ask for a promotion because I deserve it, and feeling scared and nervous in your body. So that's going to be the key differences. Are you doing it because you should? Or are you not doing it because you're scared? Because that's what I thought I was doing. I thought I was scared. But there's a difference between being scared and being out of alignment. So one of the things I have my clients do, and this is something you can truly do to help you get crystal clear on what it is that you want to create and what that looks like for you, is just asking yourself, what would I do if I had no rules and no limitations? How would I do this? How would I approach it? And when you do that, sometimes it can feel scary to the brain. It's like, no, 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 no. Just tell your brain, like, hey, take a deep breath. Listen, I'm just playing make-believe. This isn't real. You don't need to worry. I don't have to take any of the action on it. I'm just, for a minute, gonna play in make-believe land. And then you ask yourself how you would be approaching this, or what you would do. And then from there, step by step, you start aligning with that. What does that mean next for you? And I like baby steps if you need to. And each step of the way, like noticing what limiting thoughts are there, noticing how your body feels. Do you feel like you're trudging up a hill, not wanting to do it? Or do you feel like you're trudging up a hill carrying thoughts and beliefs that don't align with it? To align with it, you need to align with the version of you who is it. And if that version of you isn't in alignment with what you're trying to create, then it's going to be an uphill battle. It's going to be hard. So these are just a couple things to really get you thinking so that you know what alignment feels like for you. And if you're wanting to go deeper and really talk about that, you can book a free breakthrough call, and we can really help set a clear pathway for you so that you can know the difference and what that feels like in your body. Starting October 11th, my free breakthrough calls are no longer going to be a part of this. No more are they going to be free. I'm going to start charging for them. So if you're wanting to do this before that increases, now if you book it before October 11th and you book after October 11th, it's still going to be free. But starting October 11th, what is in alignment for me and my business, and the way I'm starting to take this, and the way I want my clients to start to start showing up for themselves, that is the reason why I'm shifting this and moving from that free breakthrough call into really just reaching out for the version, that empowered version of you who is ready to make an energetic exchange for that massive transformation. That version of you who has laid awake at night, day in and day out, wanting something different and is tired of waiting for it. So if you want to book that call, book it before October 11th. Kate, I love you with my whole heart and soul. Thank you. Have a beautiful day. Here's to not having a script in the podcast. If you love this episode, make sure you share it with a friend, leave a rating and review. Pretty please. It has been so fun reading your guys' reviews. Thank you so much. I love you with my whole heart and soul. Mwah. Bye.